Narrow escape. King Herod waited and waited for the wise men to return, but they never came. They had planned to go home through Jerusalem, for they thought the king really wanted to find the child and worship him as he had said. But the very night after they had visited Joseph and Mary, God warned them in a dream not to return to Herod, so they departed into their own country another way. For a while, Herod was not worried. He had not believed their story about seeing a strange star in the sky, and he chuckled as he recalled sending them to Bethlehem to find a baby who was to be king of the Jews. Such a wild goose chase, he thought. There couldn't be any such child. But after several days had passed and no word had reached him from the strangers, he decided to find out what they were doing. So he sent messengers to Bethlehem to check on them. Then he learned that they had secretly left the city long since and gone home without saying a word to anybody. Now he was angry. How dared they go off like this? Why hadn't they told him the result of their search, as they had promised? He began to be suspicious. Perhaps they had found the child they were looking for and wanted to keep the secret to themselves. Yes, that was it. They must be parties to a plot to set up a new king of Israel. All right, the cruel king said to himself, I'll fix that. No new king will come out of Bethlehem if I have anything to do with it. In his rage, he ordered a company of soldiers to go to Bethlehem and kill every child of 2 years old and younger. They were to do a thorough job. Not a single baby was to be spared. It was a terribly wicked thing to do, and even the hardened soldiers must have hated doing it. Yet, what could they do but obey? Sick at heart, but with swords sharpened, they set out for the doomed city. But even as they clattered out of the gate of Jerusalem, all heaven moved into action to save the baby Jesus. Herod had reckoned without God's secret service. Scarcely had his order been heard by the watching angels than one of them was sent post-haste to the house where Joseph and Mary were staying. It was night. They were both asleep. Get up, the angel said to Joseph, quickly. Take the young child and flee into Egypt. Stay there till I tell you. Herod is planning to destroy the child. Joseph awoke, sensing danger near. Mary, he cried, wake up. Mary stirred in her sleep. What's the matter? She asked. We must leave at once. Why? Herod wants to kill the baby. An angel just told me. But why? I don't know. Mary rose to her feet, anxiety showing on her face. But where can we go? To Egypt. He said we would be safe there. Quickly they dressed and packed their things, carefully hiding the treasures the wise men had given them. Sa squadra per Iosif. Este soldați romani se duc ca să omoare bebelușii din Ierusalim. Nu, din Betlehem, I'm sorry. Soon their donkey was loaded and they were on their way. It was a narrow escape. They had not gone far when Herod's soldiers arrived and began breaking into people's homes. Heartlessly they tore the children from their mothers' arms and killed them. Then it was that Jeremiah's prophecy came true. In Ramah there was a voice heard, lamentation and weeping, and great mourning. Rachel weeping for her children, and will not be comforted because they are not. What a dreadful night that was. So many children murdered, so many homes left desolate. Perhaps upon the ears of the baby Jesus, now well on his way to safety, fell the cries of the mothers and babes of Bethlehem. He could not help them now, but someday he would be the comforter of Israel, the deliverer of all who would trust him, or who should trust in him. Uite, vezi, aici e noaptea. Cât de repede.